Hi, Data Matson here. Last weekend, I put together a little project for folding at home. Folding at home right now is doing protein folding for fighting COVID-19, right? So it's currently the largest distributed computing project in the world. And what this little project actually does is it helps you create convert a PC into one of these protein folding computers to be part of this distributed computing network, right? For that, you will need a USB stick and a PC, right? So I'm using my new ProLiant microserver Gen 10 Plus, and I'm going to show you how you would create a USB stick and boot it up and join this project with the set of scripts that I created last week, right? So there's fairly detailed instructions here on how to set it up and how to get rolling and so forth. But I was just thinking, if I record a tutorial on how to do this step by step, it might help somebody out there who wants to start contributing. So the first thing you need to do essentially is go to ubuntu.com, right? And you want to go click downloads and you want to click on the 1804 LTS on the Ubuntu desktop here, right? You will click that and it will redirect you to a new page. Thank you for downloading. And this will come up that will prompt you to download the ISO. It's a 2 gig file. I already downloaded it to save some time. And the next step would be to create a bootable USB stick from that image, right? So I'm gonna just put my stick in here. And then I'm using I'm just going to ignore here because there's already an image on there, but I'm just going to show you how this works, right? So I'm going to ignore that message. I'm going to minimize the web browser here. And for my Mac here, I have a tool called Balena Etcher, and it basically can take any image format and flash any drive with that particular image. So here I got my Ubuntu 1804 ISO that I downloaded. So I'm just going to drag that onto there. You can see there, this app is pretty intelligent, seeing that, yeah, you have a USB flash disk media in there. You want to verify that it's the right one. If you have multiple, I know it's a 4 gig stick, so we're good. And then you just hit flash. Right, starting. Okay, it's going to ask you for your password because it needs privileges to your system. And now it's flashing. Depending on the speed of the stick, this is nearly a 10-year-old USB stick I'm using here, so it's probably going to take a while here. You can also configure a few things here to validate the write access on success and things like that, but I've opted out from that. I just want to flash this, try to show you how this works. Back in my web browser here, what I want to do is I'm going to log into my Gen 10 Plus here and connect to the remote terminal on the system. It's not powered on yet, so I'm going to wait for it to power on. It's currently off, so when I power it on, I want to make sure that the USB stick is in there, and I want to make sure that it boots from the USB stick. It's flashing. 39, 40. I just set up the ILO on my Gen 10 Plus here, so I haven't really gone through all the things that you can do with it, but there's a ton of information in here. There's ways for you to hook it up to InfoSite. There's a way to access the desktop in multiple different ways. There's even HP ILO mobile app. I haven't tried that one out yet. I would definitely want to see how that works. This is the virtual power button. We're going to press the power here once we get the USB stick. Oh, there's a power meter. Oh wow. Yeah, we don't have power on here, so there's nothing interesting to see there. We got a dedicated ILO port on this because I have a separate ILO card. No, we're not using that. So I also haven't registered with the Hewlett Packard Enterprise just yet, and here you just use your HP Passport user ID to get the server registered. And I don't know if this is the way to get it hooked up to InfoSight. I need to look into that as well. I'm using the default user here. There's a ton of different things here. Yes, it has SNMP, and yeah, you can control every little aspect of it. Oh, I got a remote. I can send an email if there's any issues with it. That's perfect. I'm going to set that up later on. All right, let's see how my stick is doing here. Okay, so it's 98, 99. All right, so when this now comes up, the drive has been handed over to the operating system. So what you want to do is you simply want to eject the drive and take it out. And I have a little USB-A to USB-C dongle there because I don't have any regular USB ports. And then what you do is you simply find an available USB slot here, plug it in. And this could be any other PC. It doesn't have to be a Gen 10 Plus. It could be any PC. So I'm just going to power it on here. Yes, press the power button. Yeah, I can see it coming on. And now I want to go to the HTML5 console here. And we can see that we're booting. What we want to do here is basically hit F11 or F9. Yeah, let's see when it comes up here. I can't remember. So we want to bring up the boot menu to make sure that the PC boots from the USB stick. And depending on what kind of PC you have, there might be different keys that you need to press to select what to boot from. It's usually one of the function keys, so it could be an escape or F10 or whatnot, and sometimes it defaults to USB, so you don't really have to do anything, right? So let's see, okay, F11 I need to press, there we go. So now you see that key is highlighted, so that's very intuitive, so you know that, that it will actually go to the boot menu. Starting required devices. All right, so now here we have like the front USB one, right? You can see that that's where I put it in. So, and that's the one I want to boot from. I hit enter there. And what we want to do here, we want to try Ubuntu without installing. So we're just going to bring this up in a live environment. And this is also like good to know because it won't like install anything on the actual hard drives that are in the server or the PC itself, right? So it's just going to run everything from the live environment. It usually takes a couple of seconds for it to boot up here. Yeah, there we go. And it's important that it is Ubuntu 18.04. I don't think it will work on 20.04 or 16.04, or if you try any other Ubuntu. There are instructions on my on the GitHub repo here on how to kind of install it on an already running Ubuntu server, and that is a little bit simpler because you can kind of run the Ansible playbook in interactive mode. So let me see how the boot's going here. All right, so it booted straight into the desktop here. And what you want to do to make life a little bit simpler is you want to start the web browser and go to the go to the GitHub repos. You can copy and paste a few commands there. Yeah, let me see here. It's actually github.com, Trojan, and FA Bionic. I spelled that right. Yep, I did. So now I'm in the GitHub repo on the actual PC here, and we want to go down to get started here. So you want to select, like, if you're folding with a specific username and you want to join a team, you definitely want to put that in there as well. So now I need to start a terminal. You just click activities up there and then type terminal. And what I want to do here is that I want to export my username, and I'll call it folder here because you are doing protein folding. gmail.com. I also want to set a team. Now I don't remember the team number I'm part of here. So I'm part of HB Dev. Oh, the scrolling here is a bit, and it's 246814. There we go. And the next thing I want to do is copy the wget command here, right? So you just right click that and click copy, flip over. Oops. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, the Alt tab doesn't really work. It conflicts with my desktop. So you just want to paste that command in here. There we go. And that's all that you have to do. You can basically just walk away now. But I just want to show you what you can do once you have everything installed. This runs completely non-interactive. So. And it installs Ansible, it installs Docker, it uses a prepackaged Docker image that has the folding at home client installed and such. So make sure all the packages are installed and all the repositories. And the cool thing, if you run this actually on a Ubuntu desktop that you already have installed and also have the latest proprietary NVIDIA drivers, you can add a parameter to use the GPU of the system, and that allows you to use the GPU, which is much faster and than using your regular CPU. So what you can do here, once the install completed here, there's a web UI that you can connect to and see what the client is doing. And here you can also adjust the power, like set the full power, and you can also stop the client here. And since the folding at home project has been so swamped with the different work units that you pull down, right? So it could actually take a while before you actually get a work unit assigned to your computer. So what you would do here in this case, you would just simply leave it, and as work units come down, it will start processing those. And you can also see, now I'm clicking the Alt tab again. If you want to kind of see what the client is doing, you can do sudo docker logs FAH. Yeah, and you can see what's actually happening here. It's just you got an exception. There's no work units available for this particular configuration, but it will take a couple of hours before work units gets distributed again, and you will get a workload running on it. So, and I think that's it. So please join one of the HPE teams. It's on my blog. We have like 3 different teams running at the moment, working for the Folding at Home project. And thank you for watching.